We could ask you after the game if that was a special performance. Was that the kind of thing you had in mind?
Wow, we played so well. So well. When you see the result, 1-0, it looks like it could be better. Of course, we create incredible lot of chances. In the first 5 minutes could be 2-0 with 3 clear chances. So, of course, we didn't score as much goals that we needed for the way we played, but the performance in terms of how we defend the second balls with Antonio, with Carroll, how we did everything. So we conceded 1 shot on target, so it was important chance for them. But before of that and after that, we created incredible. So after 120 minutes, the tension we played and all the details was amazing. So we made an incredible performance. I'm so delighted the way we played tonight.
Hi Pep, David McDonald from the Daily Mirror. You said also yesterday you wanted to smell the hunger and desire to retain the title. Did you smell that today in the dressing room?
It was really good, believe me. Before they had to prepare, we saw the team, okay, try it again. And of course, I think that the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes, the first half, was not bad, a little bit flat, but was not bad. But a little bit, I think, because in the mind for the players start to think about it, wow, how could go with 0-0 with the amount of chances we had, you know? And the second half, we started really well. Kevin was closer from Riyad and make great chances. And after, for especially Raheem and Bernardo making a step forward in our intensity in the final third. And we create a lot of chances. We can score the second one, the third one would have been easy. Unfortunately, it was so demanding for the 3 days. It will be tough because we can be better. The fact to go the second and the third goal, the last minute was more relaxed. With 0 always is tough because one set pieces, one counter-attack, especially with Carroll in the box, always danger. But we did it. We did it well, really. I'm honest. Honestly, I think we play a really good game.
Jamie? Okay. Who's next? James.
Hi Pep.
Yeah.
Gundogan played in that holding role today. Gundogan played in the kind of Fernandinho role. Is he your obvious replacement for Fernandinho during these few weeks we have?
Yeah, of course, it's his natural position. Yeah, so the other players has to adapt on that. Fabian could play there, but he's injured again. And of course, Gundo played many times in that position last season, this season. So normally he has to help us in that position for the next games. But we can use another situations. Of course, now we are in. Mendy is in the bench, but the doctor said is not still completely ready. So Philip Sandler was there. He's a young player, so we don't have too much play right now. And it's the toughest moment in the season in terms of injuries. But in the same time, we have enough players to compete, and now hopefully we can make a good performance in Bournemouth. And after we have 1 week to prepare the last game in Premier League before the 21 days without Premier League again. And focus in Schalke and Swansea. That's why it's a real final for us, a game of Bournemouth, to arrive, after international break, with the people come back, like John, like I think Jaime, like Gabriel, and everybody can start to be, because when you play every 3 days, when April is incredible, or March and April is incredible, demanding, we need everybody. So today, Danilo in the second half was outstanding, the way he played, the way he attacked. So everybody needs a little bit break, and we need everybody to fight for all the titles still in our hands.
Hola, Pep, Enric Gil, Catalunya Ràdio. Sorry for not asking about the game. Today, the former president of Football Club Barcelona, Sandro Rosell, has given a permission to leave prison. He has been jailed 2 years in provisional prison. Just what's your opinion about that?
Oh, I'm so happy for him, his parents and wives and family. So I am not a judge. I don't understand about the laws, but guys, it's so difficult to understand why one person was 2 years in prevention jail, and the first day in the trial, the day after, they can go home. So it's incredible. So I'm not judge. I don't understand the laws, but it's difficult to understand that situation. It's the same like what happened in the other trial, like when you listen, you know what happened really with both sides, and being accused for rebellion and sedition when it's really clear they didn't commit that. You know, only they tried to vote, put the people to vote in rebellion there, and people like Jordi Sanchez and Jordi Cuixart, like they are not politicians, stay 500 days in a jail for the prevention jail. It's difficult to understand for human being, because tomorrow can happen to us in Spain. So it's tough, but for the family of Sandro Rosell, so he deserves it, and to be free, and after, you know, the trial will dictate or will say what happened, and hopefully can stay these days with his family.
Hi, Pep. How close would you say are Riyad Mahrez and Kevin De Bruyne to clicking on that right-hand side? They seem to struggle a bit tonight.
No, just the first two actions is in football it depends for 1 second. So most of the times 1 second arrive is not arrive 20 times in the box, it arrive in the right time, in the right moment. That is the big difference. And Kevin made 3 actions incredible to Riyad 1 second later. That's why they finish in offside, and that's why it was a little bit confused in that situation. It's just half second before the pass, Riyad 1-against-1 in his perfect position to create chances. So, and because Riyad played good, so he take a risk, he do that, and of course, unfortunately, he hit the first action when he's so clinical, so good player in the finishing in the first action with the right foot. But of course, so sometimes you need times to connect between them, and that's going to happen.
Just one more down the front, please.
I think I'm right in saying you don't normally make substitutions that early when it comes to changing the game. What persuaded you to make those changes so soon in the second?
Another pace. We needed a little bit more, because we arrived in the positions, the wingers, and we didn't finish like we created. And of course, Bernardo is a player like he's so aggressive with his going with the ball, attract 2 or 3 opponents, and give a space from Kevin Danilo for the other players. Has a master. He's an incredible player to reading that situations. And Sterling, you know that when it's fresh, they're a little bit more tired and how they attack. That's why we decided to put it, because the game was 0-0 and we needed a step forward.
Is there a bit of a gap now between Sterling and Bernardo being the first choice for those wide positions, and then Sane and Mahrez? Is it not quite as competitive as you'd want it to be?
Well, the choices, so far in the last month they were, but we need it. So with the people expect, or the players expect, we're going to finish the last 20 games, 20 games hypothetical, and we'll get the finals. But the 10 games in the Premier League plus quarterfinals, 80, the game against Schalke in quarterfinals against Swansea, it's only players with Bernardo and Raheem. That is not going to happen. So.
But is that the issue? If the other players come in and they're not quite as sharp, then you have to keep making it.
It's happened, but it's happened. They know what they have to do. So they have to train harder and compete harder, and the minutes are going to it, because they are going to play some minutes. So we draw in Schalke for the incredible goal from Leroy. So the game was 2, so dangerous, 10 against 11, come here and put the ball. So we need everybody. For me today, with a lack of depth squad, with a lot of players, for me it would have been easy. Okay, play the last games, the same players that played the last, games, like Raheem with Bernardo, will be easy for me. But we cannot sustain that in the time the same players in 3 days. So everybody has to make his contribute, and after, of course, when I see that in the game, the performers are going to take decisions. But we need it, so we cannot live with just, for example, with Sergio. The last 10-15 minutes was exhausted. We need Gabriel as quick as possible to come, to help us to do that.
Pep, Liverpool won 5-0 tonight. That's a bit of a statement from them, but was this a statement as well from City as well? Another side to your game, that a game that maybe could have got away from you. You still got the 3 points.
So we knew it. So Liverpool is the top side. We know that. So now we have a gap between the first 2 with the third. We're 8 points, 9 points for the leader. So we knew with 10 games, 30 points. So many things is going to happen. I think we are going to draw points. I think Liverpool is going to draw points. So we're going to see until the end. Important now is refresh and good recovery and prepare the game against Bournemouth. That is what we have to do.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, thank you guys.